Hey everybody, it's Julie with Sisters of the Moon. Have a haul video to share. I did get some buttons together to show this time for the box that I got that I was talking about unboxing. I kind of had to get into that box and list some stuff because I'm in a button group. I can list that below. And it was the auction week, so I had to get into it. But I do have some really fun things to show. So we'll get started. I lit my Ground and Shield candle from Practical Magic, and I'm just gonna light a little bit of sage because, believe it or not, vintage buttons can really stink. There's some that I've washed downstairs and they still smell. So yeah, I figured I'd bring a little sage up and just let it clean the air a little. Okay, so first I'm gonna talk about this bag. I'm not gonna open it. So some of the earliest plastics, it wasn't completely synthetic. It's called celluloid. It was mixed with synthetic plastic and like cellulose or cotton fibers, so it wasn't completely a plastic. And the mixture of those things, when they're in an airtight container, they release gases, and they'll dissolve and actually start to spread to the buttons nearby. People tend to call them sick buttons, but you can kind of see all this stuff. That's a celluloid button, and you can see that it spread to this white button here, which was probably a plastic. So this is something that I would open outside probably and rinse off because it really does not smell good. So if you ever see that in a bag of buttons, you know that, there's a possibility that they can all be ruined. Like this piece up here is starting to liquefy, so hopefully I can save some of them. I wanted to show that because a lot of people get their grandma's button stash, and it gets put in a tin and left, sometimes in an attic, and that's a whole mess. But this is another bag that had one. It was this one right here, and it has definitely spread to most of the buttons in here. Even if it's not touching them, the gas can kind of make them brittle. So a lot of these are probably going to break with just like a little bit of pressure. So I'll have to go through these a little bit better, but I just wanted to share that so you guys can protect your button stash. These are, I haven't tested them yet, but I think that these are Bakelite because they are in an airtight container inside of another airtight container, and they have not broken down. So a lot of people do a hot water test with these. They'll smell like formaldehyde, or the standard is now 409 on a Q-tip, and it'll turn like this bright yellow. But I've also had like Bakelite that is lacquered, where it tests negative. So it can get kind of difficult. And then this is a pretty, so the synthetic plastics, they could still be beautiful. These are probably like, they're antique still. But this is like, you can see the flash on this. It's double layer. A lot of Bakelite will look sort of similar, a little bit more transparent, but not always. Okay, so some of my favorite buttons are Mother of Pearl. We use abalone shells for, our sage, to put our crystals in on our wall. If you have a water altar, I actually have a few of these on my water altar, and they are just stunning. These were done in the mid 1800s, so these are very, very old. But you can see that they, you know, stayed in really good condition for the most part. Some of them are the more clear and like creamy color, like this one. And then we also have like the really beautiful dark maupe colors. So they're mother of pearl, or maupe for short. And you can find some that are just super stunning. This one's really, really intricate. So yeah, they're really, really cool. Beautiful buttons, lots of collectors. I definitely saved some. I have one with like a Victorian woman on it. It's like a screen print. Obviously it's not a screen print because it was in the 1800s, but it's beautiful. So here's a few other examples I grabbed really quick. This is just a cute pin we got this week. Okay, so lucite plastic, usually, but not always, will be clear. From a, you know, until you pick it up, they could definitely be glass, but they're going to be much, much lighter. Really pretty, super fun. Here's another one. So they're pretty easy to identify just because usually they're transparent. As compared to a glass button, which can also be clear, like this one. But the glass is going to be much heavier. This is one of my favorite buttons. I'm actually going to keep this one favorites out of the ones I got. It's like super Art Deco, like, and I love the color. So this one's probably going to go in my collection. And then around the 1930s, Colt, like the firearms, decided to get into plastic manufacturing stuff. So they actually made a lot of buttons. Here's another lucite. And there are only, I think, 84 identified, though there are more, believed to be more out there. The way that they were identified was because somebody found a Colt door-to-door salesman, button salesman, found the cards. They're massive, like, and they have like the number and the name of the button, and then it'll have like the different sizes and colors underneath it. So they can be really easily misidentified. I've definitely had people yell at me for misidentifying them. These are not Colts, but these are very similar. These are SPC buttons, synthetic plastic buttons. These are still very old. They have names. This company named them after women. So this one, the blue one, is actually named a Karen. It's a Karen button. So it's pretty funny. Like, you'll see somebody that like showing off their collection and they're like, got a whole bunch of Karens. So they're fun. The Colt buttons, this one, I'm gonna have to look. This one might be. The way you can tell is it has an indent where the thread would go, so it would lay flat and not be sticking out. Sometimes they're numbered, not always. Okay, now we'll do, so my favorite buttons I've talked about are Victorian picture buttons, or anything really from that era. So these are the picture buttons I brought. I just grabbed really quick. Well, they're not all. So these are mostly mirror backs. These are Victorian era, so like before the 1880s these were made, which is stunning to see the craftsmanship like that they had. So this is a mirror back. It obviously called that because of the reflective surface, and this is just a little flower. There are some in the big book of buttons that are named. There's I have one that's Thor in my collection. Maybe I'll pull that out sometime. This is another mirror back. They can get super duper fancy. Sometimes if you're lucky on the back, you'll have a name, which makes it much easier to find. I just found this one in that box of buttons that I got. It's really small. I'm not sure if it's gonna focus, but it's a tiny little flower button, and I'm not sure because it's pretty warm in here, but there's a chance that that could be an amethyst. They definitely used jet. This is jet. They use jet in different semi-precious gemstones in buttons, so you never know what you're gonna find. Like this one, this is a steel cut Victorian, and these are marcasites on there. So you definitely can find some that are, you know, pretty special. This is another one that has marcasites. It's also a steel cut, basically meaning that it has cuts through the steel. And I mean, if this didn't have a mirror back, it would be a steel cut, and you can see, like, you would be able to see through it. This I just grabbed because it's gorgeous. So buttons can be super fun. This is the little faux pearl one. And this would be super cute. I have a few of these I found so far in that box. It would be so cute on a cardigan instead of just like the clear plastic that they have now. And then there's these. So rhinestone giant buttons. I mean, it's bigger than my thumb, like thumbnail almost. So these are also very old. Not necessarily this one, because you can tell by the shank, which is where the thread would go through on this one. But some of them date back to the 1800s for sure. This is another Victorian button. You can tell the backs usually help the shank. Usually it'll be a two-piece, meaning there's back and then they put the front on. This is an enameled painted piece. It's very, very pretty. It's focusing. Another little picture button. And then I grabbed a couple glass ones. So this is a clear glass. I definitely keep most of these because I like to put them as charms for different things, especially on junk journals. They look super cute. This one is Art Deco, and a lot of them are hand painted and very, very fancy. Like this one is really pretty. It has gold paint. A lot of the black glass buttons, they're very popular but very plentiful, so they have to be really special. This one has a little chip, but it's very cute. And then this is a China button, made out of the china that is in our grandparents' and parents' china cabinet. Those get very fancy and very cool. Here's another example. This is a very old one of a mop button, and you can kind of see how it's carved. Very intricate, super pretty. And then it's got a kind of an interesting shank on it. I forget what those are called. Another material that you'll find that's very old is carved horn. It has a very specific feel, and once you feel it, you'll know. This is a carved horn owl face. It's one of the, sought after collector's pieces. These were also made in metal. This one I just grabbed. It needs a polish. I usually leave the patina unless it's like really messed up, but it's like a little pie. And then I found some really interesting buttons over the last couple of years. This is a Knights Templar button. It's kind of insane. And then on the back, it's gonna have who made it. And that makes them very easy to find. This button is definitely probably pre-1900s. Most of the companies that stamped like this were making buttons back in like the Civil War era. Early Civil War. Okay, now done with buttons. Let's move on. Okay, this is a book. I was going to list it on eBay, but when I was looking through it, we've had this for a little while. It was actually printed in Malokami Hill, which is maybe an hour away from where I live. So I think this is going to go in the shop. We have a few Mark Twain wrote here. We have like a town named after him. There's some Bret Hart. There's a high school named after him just a half an hour away from here. So stuff like this people really, really like. So that's going to go in the shop. This is part of the haul from the buttons, but not buttons. I'm not sure what Monarch is. Singer made boxes exactly like this. They were green though. And these are definitely look like Singer parts to me. I need to look at them closer, but these are antique sewing machine pieces that people use all the time. This almost looks like the edge for a pillowcase or something, but it's adorable. And my friend that is making our scrunchies and bags, you can see a reel of that stuff on our Instagram. I think I'm going to send her a large portion of this and she'll turn it into lanyards. It'll be adorable. Same thing with this. I already cut a big piece of this for her. This will get turned into something. I'm not sure yet, but we have all these ideas going. It's super exciting. Some lace. I don't think this is that old. And I usually dye white lace before I use it. This one's really cute. It has little blueberries on it. Nice, decent piece for something cute. This is hand crocheted lace. It's so pretty. You can tell, like, there's one area that isn't finished. Yeah, see, so there's like white on the bottom, so it wasn't quite finished. There's tons of this. It'll be great for junk journals. These were in there, and I just think these are hilarious. I'm gonna send a couple to my friend Dolly. They are tithing envelopes from 1977. So those are fun little ephemera pieces. There's a lot of random stuff in the buttons. I'm not 100. I haven't gone through all this stuff. I have seen there's some Boy Scout stuff, so that's cool. Definitely sold some cool Boy Scout stuff over time. It's like 70s probably. It's metal. This is just like a lot of different little things. There's a cute little tree pin. These are old needle cases. Beads. Ooh, those are fun. I'll definitely be using these on some of the stuff we make coming up. These are super cool. I like the black ones better, but these are Victorian shoe buttons. They're leather and they're freaking adorable. Love them. Looks like some faux pearls, most likely. And then there's like jewelry down here, I noticed. I don't see a stamp, but people love their costume jewelry. That's cool. I have a lot of brooches on eBay, and there's quite a few people watching. Oh, peanut rings. How funny. Never know what you're gonna find. Ooh, that's pretty. Open back. That's usually a good sign. Now, there's no way that that's real, but very pretty nonetheless. Some more needle holders. Got a, that is cold. So that's another way to tell your mop stuff is if it's cold or not, just like a regular stone. Huh. A Jasper little charm. Really happy I got this box. This is definitely vintage. It's nice and wide, so that some of that is going to my friend. And then in here, this is just a lot of little buttons on cards. Look at how cute. See, this is why people that make junk journals would want this, because you make a cute tag, freaking adorable, and then you've got little snaps that you can use on the pages. So there's a lot of little snaps. Scoville, they are one of the oldest button makers. They made buttons before the Civil War. These are needle books. These are really cute wood buttons. Oh, made with love by Grandma, and it's iron-on. That's freaking awesome. I love finding those. Also kind of sad too, though. Okay. Now we can move on to some of the stuff we've gotten in for our gift. Okay, so let's turn it this way. So one of the girl that I get all of our sari silk from, I just made another order because we were running out. She's amazing. It's all recycled, real sari silk. Like my friend Suda wore saris, and they're beautiful. So this is some of the stuff I got this time. I love the color range. I wish you could. It's so soft, and we use it for tags and junk journals and all kinds of stuff. And she always sends me an awesome goodie bag of different little samples. I ordered some rainbow thread because we are working on a Pride collection of scrunchies and bags. I cannot wait to show you. So this is gonna go to my friend. And then I have some crafts that I'm gonna be working on. I finally found some great wood and everything I needed to make wind chimes. So this is gonna be used in there too. Some of this will go to my friend, and then this is I'm gonna use it for the wind chimes. This is not altered, so like this is dyed, this is unaltered. So this came right off of saris. Look at that, so freaking beautiful. So this one was listed as like sequence. It all has texture. There's all kinds of like really pretty bits to this. So that is, and then this. Look at this rainbow stuff. Yes. And it's so soft. It's recycled as well. Everything she does is recycled. This is recycled. And then she hand spins, I think. She calls this art yarn. And so all of the yarn I just showed you, she does it all from like by hand. Yeah, her shop is my favorite on Etsy, and I kind of have beef with Etsy. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but she is one of the only shops I will still go to. Okay. This is some buttons I picked up because I can't not get buttons. So I sold plenty, and then I bought a few from someone. Okay, so I've mentioned I collect moon buttons. I did just find old embroidery hoops, which is the last thing I needed. I have fabric, and then I'm going to mount the buttons on there and hang them. So this is a moon button, Victorian era. I also, because I feel very called to New Orleans, I have like a New Orleans altar. I also am like picking up fleur-de-lises buttons when I find them, because I'm going to do one with that too, with these. So I got a couple of those. This is another moon button. It's actually metal and leather in there. This one is really cool. A little bit bigger. And then I have a star collection going, so this one will go there. Let's see. Picked up a couple like animal buttons for a family member who collects them. So that's it in there. So I canceled my doTerra. I have a huge stock, and I just don't want to spend the money on that right now. So I went ahead and put in one last order and used my points and got, you know, my main. So Breathe, because I was almost out. It's the best stuff ever in a diffuser. Bergamot, which is like lemon sunshine. And lime, which is one of my favorites to diffuse in the summer. Super refreshing. Okay, this is stuff I got from somebody who got a huge lot of raw stones and pendants and didn't really want to deal with it, so she gave me a killer deal. So in here we have pendants and chains. So flower agate, this is most likely ocean jasper. This is red tiger's eye, super pretty. Another ocean jasper. So some of these will be going into the store. I think it's really hard to tell with the light if this is flashing or not, but I think this is Smoky Quartz. Ocean jasper. That one's really cool. You can see a lot of the layers. And then another ocean jasper, and this might be amber. Yeah, it's probably amber. So it's not, let's see. If it glows, it's much easier to tell in the dark, but it is, that's a way to tell amber. I don't particularly like getting my amber wet, but people, you know, you run it under hot water and it smells like, I forget, like something. This is just a bag of different tumbles. Got some heat treated amethyst, rhodonite, ocean jasper, that is moss agate, one of our favorites. Very grounding and earth connection. So that's a cool little bag. Ooh. This does not look very red jasper to me. I'm gonna have to look into that. Some more pendants. Got a nice amethyst. Might be unikite. Some ocean jasper. That's really interesting. It has some really cool veining inside. Okay, this is another bag. There's carnelian, some sort of agate. That's pretty. It's got some, it's agate. I want to say I hope that's Larimar, but it's not. The Jasper, there's turquoise. There's a lot of ocean jasper in this collection, for sure. But that's okay, because we actually haven't had a chance to carry much, so that is exciting. This is so cool. So this is definitely agate, but it looks like there's some fossilized little things there. Pretty, it's big. Clear quartz. Looks like there's a little bit of golden healer in there. This is not stone. I have to look at that closer. Another carnelian. This one might be snakeskin because it's got a lot of veining. Nice teardrop. This is fossilized coral. You can see like the little circles. Okay. This is a thunder egg. This is exciting. I've never actually held one. I cannot tell you. I believe it's petrified wood with agate. I'm really sorry that my light is really cool. That will go in the shop. And then we've got just a lot of tumbles and some other things in here. Turquoise pendant. This is Dendritic Opal. I have a bracelet just like that. This probably is raw ruby fuchsia, ruby zoisite. Really cool. That's beautiful. Here's another, ooh. So we've got some riverstone and then fossilized coral. Just some different agates, rose quartz. It's a neat piece. Oh, wow. What? Okay. All right. This is opaque. There is definitely amethyst in there, but there are like, I don't know if you can see it, but wow. That one can get put aside. This is a cool little black piece of banded agate. Some smoky quartz. Snowflake obsidian. Super easy to tell because you see these little gray things. It's something a lot of times can look like snowflakes. Ocean jasper. That is interesting. That little guy. It's just a regular rock. Another snowflake obsidian. I don't know what that is either. Little amethyst. So this must have come from somebody who was a jewelry maker because there's like lots of little neat pieces in here. Sodalite. If you're ever confused on sodalite and lapis, Sodalite will usually have some brown, and lapis never has brown. I don't know. Some of these are really interesting. What is this? This is some special kind of quartz. I'm gonna have to look. It's not rutile in there. It's almost like, you know how you see like bugs suspended in amber? It's like, that's weird. I don't know what this is either. Oh my gosh, what an exciting day. You see the like glitter in there almost. So that is very exciting. Lots of that will be going in the store. If you ever see anything in these videos that you are interested in, feel free to send us a message. Be happy to get something shipped to you. Okay, so this is the last thing I have to open. I am not sure what this is. Oh, this is the books. Okay. Okay, so I picked up some new tarot decks because we haven't had any in quite some time. So that's exciting. Let's see. So this was a girl who had a crystal business and realized that it was not for her. So she posted in the group and in our group and was selling her stuff. So I picked some of it up. That didn't have anything in it. This is a really pretty carved selenite wand. This will be in the shop on Friday. This is so pretty. So this is a piece I'm gonna keep. This is a Garnet palm stone. I'm gonna turn this off for a second. Is it super dark? I have a skylight too, so I'm sure that doesn't help. Very excited. So Garnet has tons and tons of different metaphysical properties and uses. My favorite is it's the Traveler's Protection Stone. So I have it hanging in from my car rear view. Oh, if I could talk, rear view mirror. And I wanted a nice piece to work with because it's also like a really powerful root chakra stone. And that she gave me a really good deal on that. So I'm super excited to add that to my collection. I will definitely sage it and, you know, welcome it into its new home. Let it rest on my altar for a while. And then I will work with it. Oh, double terminated quartz. So pretty. It's very optical. It's got a few phantoms in there. I don't know if you can see those lines, but I love quartz so much. It's very like rated, you know, like it's definitely one of those stones that you tend to pick up first, but I have a lot of quartz and I adore it all. We definitely have had trouble keeping it in stock in our booth, Sisters of the Moon booth. So that will probably be gone right away on Friday. Look at this pretty. don't know if that messed up my video or not, but had to tell me that the timer was running low. I forget what she called this. Ghost stone. I think it's like chrysocolla and quartz. I'm pretty sure. So this one is gorgeous. Super pretty. Look at that. Love it. Okay. Last little bit of stuff. Got some really cool candles. And this is a candle too. Oh, it's kind of messed up. And I'll probably just burn this myself, but it's cute. It smells good. So I think that is pretty much all I have to share. Sorry I didn't get on last week. Things have been super hectic, but we are trucking through. We are doing a little sale this weekend in the shop. That always applies to anybody online. When we have a sale, if you see something that you like, we're happy to give you those sale prices. And, you know, we love working with other small businesses, like Felt Better. I'm going to link her below. We're working on a collaboration with a few different small witchy businesses. So we love to work with others. So if you are somebody who makes something or, you know, wants to, you know, do like a giveaway together, we are so down for that. So don't ever be afraid to reach out. Hopefully I will be back soon with another haul video or something else. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.